Hi guys, welcome to watch our video course on Ruff IoT application development again. After learning the previous chapter, I'm sure you guys have had a general idea of what Ruff is, what it can do, and have mastered some technical knowledge on Ruff development. Well, from this chapter I'll lead you to start practical operations. In the first part of this chapter, I'll first use a very simple example to turn on an LED on the development board and guide you to master the basic development procedures of Ruff. The main development procedures of Ruff can be divided into three parts. Part 1 is to initialize the entire Ruff application project. Part 2, write the business logic of application. And Part 3, package the entire application project and deploy it onto the development board to execute. One precondition of initializing the application project is that your PC has to be installed Ruff SDK. After installation, your PC will contain such a wrap command tool, and then, in all of our following command line operations, we will use this too. Well, let me demonstrate it right here. First, let's create a demo directory and then enter this directory. With such a command, wrap init, we initialize our Ruff application. And here, in order to keep all the configuration options as default, then we keep pressing enter. During this process, we go to Ruff Registry to download some dependent modules. So before executing this command, we need to ensure that our PC can access internet. Next, write the application. There are two knowledge prerequisites for writing the app. One is the device in the application development model. During our Ruff development, all hardware operations are based on a device. Such an abstract thing. As for the device, there are two parts as well. First, we need to get to this device, and next, call its API to execute some actions. The first part can be further divided into three parts. One is to get the device function, which is further composed of the preamble symbol of the device ID, and the device ID. And this device ID actually represents an abstract name of this device. In the application development model, there's also an application event. There are two main application events for a Ruff. One is the event of ready, which means that the initialization of entire development board has been completed. After we enter this application event, we can do some desired hardware control. And the other event is the event of end, which means the exit of the entire application. Here, we may do some cleaning. Well, next, let me use the editor BI to open this application file. And the path of this application file is index, under the directory of src. Here, as we can see, when we enter the event of ready, its default action is to light up the red LED on the board. And when the entire application exits, it turns off the LED. When we've initialized the entire Ruff applications, it's actually a default application. That means it's unnecessary to do any change to it. We may directly deploy it into our development board. Well, the third step is the application deployment of Ruff. Before the development, we need to configure the environment. First, power on our development board. Let's connect the USB cable in our development kit to the development board, and then connect the other end either to our PC or to a USB adapter. The use of this cable is to supply power to the development board. All the data goes through the network, not through this cable. Next, what we are going to do is switch the Wi-Fi of our PC. We connect it to the Wi-Fi hotspot, which is emitted from our development board. And the name of this hotspot is Ruff, underlined followed by the SN, or the serial number of development board. As for this SN number, we can see it on the development board. And the number here ends in 644, so we can find it in the Wi-Fi list, which is a Wi-Fi name starting with Ruff and ending in 644, and then click to connect it. After it is connected, our development board and the PC are in the same network. Next, use the wrap deploy command to deploy our applications onto this board and execute it with S option, which is actually an abbreviation of start, which means this application shall be executed after it is deployed to this board. Well, we run wrap deploy S, and we see in the log our application project has been successfully deployed onto the board and has been successfully executed. It shows that the red LED on the board has been lit up. So far, we've introduced all of our application procedures. Now I assign you an exercise after class. Together with the timer function we learned before, try to achieve such an effect, let this red LED light up and turn off alternatively every 5 seconds. For realizing such an effect, I'll provide you some information or APIs for this LED. Alright, so that's all for this lesson. So please look forward to our upcoming classes on Ruff. Thank you very much. Ruff, make IoT easier.